If you can hear me, please type yes in the box, and we'll just double check we've got a sound check for everybody. Wonderful. We've actually got, looks like a bit of a technical problem because we haven't got names. We've got everyone down as friends. So although I might have met a lot of you before, could you just type in the box who we've actually got here today? Thanks, Debbie. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Hardeep. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Sue. Wonderful. Latonya, there we go. Wonderful. Great stuff. Ryan, Michelle, Charlie, wonderful. Okay, great stuff. I'm going to give everybody another couple of seconds. So if you want to shut down your Facebook, anything you shouldn't be doing, let's really make this an active session. Any of you who know how I work on webinars and in trainings, I very much want you to come out of this with a plan and things you can implement in your business straight away. So let's not be passive about this. Let's actually use this to get results in your business. So who's up for that? Please type yes in the box if you're up for actually taking a bit of action today. Wonderful. Great stuff. Right then, so I'm just double checking that you've got everything on your screen. I understand we might have some latency problems, so I'm just going to refresh the screen 1 second. And I think, there we go. Great stuff. Right then, well today's a full-on training. We've got nothing for sale today, just profitable training for you to be the #1 brand in your recruitment sector. Now I'm going to say that again. The key thing today is about you becoming #1 brand in your recruitment sector. Now on the call, who have we got? Have we got recruitment agency directors? Have we got internal recruiters? Have we got headhunters? Let me know in the box so I know how to frame the next hour for you. But what my big driver is in this next hour is to demonstrate to you how you not only how you can become, but how you need to become the leading brand in your sector. Okay, we've got agency, we've got owners, headhunters, corporate. We've got a wide blend today. Fabulous. Okay. Would you all agree that your brand, your agency brand, you as a personal brand, or indeed your corporate brand is absolutely key nowadays? Absolutely key to your success. And to be honest, would you agree that also most of us have done a very, very bad job at this as well? So if you agree with that, type yes in the box. I want to know what your mindset on this is, if you see how important this is. Fabulous, okay. It's absolutely key nowadays. Absolutely key. Now the thing is, it didn't always, for me, going back, I've been doing this now for 16, 17 years. And I'm really, really excited about what I'm about to show you because these are things that we've applied in the real world. We do not do woo-woo marketing or business growth systems, which we haven't proven. Everything we're going to show you is real world. But really, it hasn't always been that way for myself. We've going back a few years now. I was at home really, really frustrated with a recruitment director because he wanted so many different things in his business, but I didn't know how to bring them all together. And that day, I got a knock at the door. And it was my friend Jim, and Jim does the same as me, and going back then he did, and Jim was like, "Hey Andy, how you doing?" And Jim's got this awesome energy, but at the time I just didn't need that energy because I was frustrated because I didn't know how to actually position my recruitment company as leaders, but also he wanted an improvement in cash flow, he wanted an improvement with attracting passive candidates, basically he wanted everything. But he didn't have any positioning, and I was struggling to pull I was pulling my hair out. And like most recruitment companies, he wasn't willing to invest heavily in any terms of marketing or proactive business growth, and I was struggling. But then, let's say Jim came around that day, and I explained to Jim what was happening, and I was really, really it's not like me to be down. Most of you who've been on any of my trainings, and look, judging by the names, quite a few of you have actually bought some of our trainings before. You know how we work. It's all about getting you results. But that day, I was really, really down, and you know the passion I've got for this. But things actually changed that day. I sat there, and in short, I sat with Jim. Jim showed me what's happening in recruitment, and I didn't see it because I was in it. Jim comes from a different industry altogether. It's a sales industry, but it's not recruitment. And I think we get so bogged down in recruitment, we don't see the wood for the tree sometimes. And the one thing that I saw time and time again when I sat there with Jim, we went through my clients and what I was trying to achieve with one particular client is virtually all recruitment businesses, all recruiters, whether it's internal, external, whether we're an agency director, we've got one function, and it's to recruit. And that sounds really, really silly, but we do one thing, and we've been doing the same things the same ways for years and years and years. And we make things difficult for ourselves. And in business, the worst number is number one. It's the worst number. If you've got one strategy to get clients, if you've got one strategy to attract passive candidates, if you're dependent on a couple of big billers in your company, if you're an internal recruiter and you've got one method to attract candidates, you're going to be in trouble. And that's what really, really hit home to me. I saw firsthand the stress that my client director had. I was privy to what was going on, and the poor chap was in danger of becoming bankrupt. But if you actually knew the company from the outside looking in, you'd be amazed that they could go through that. But the problem is we've got such high outgoings in recruitment, and yes, the revenue's great, but you all know it's difficult because we've got to spend so much time on our resources and so much money on our internal resources, training them, bringing in more staff, bringing them up to speed, and it's a killer, and it kills us. And that's where it all changed for me that day. It changed for me, and for the last X amount of years now, we've been doing this grassroots level, actually been going out to businesses, whether it be a £5 billion a year business or it's a one-man agency. We've been out there at grassroots doing this live in the field and getting results. So what I'm about to show you, there's a background to it. This isn't hogwash from a book. What I'm going to show you now is what we've actually been through. And that chap there, that's some of the pain I felt when I've been there working on my client's behalf. So I did very, very briefly, most of you know me. If you don't, my name's Andy Whitehead. These are some of the quotes that people such as Roy Ripper, Mike Walmsley, Mark at Smart Recruit. These are world leaders in recruitment. This is what they say about me. One of the world's most innovative recruitment business growth specialists, creates a return on investment 10 times the investment we made, $100,000 in 6 weeks by applying one strategy, 24% more decision makers in 2 weeks by following Andy's system. So these are people you can go and contact direct to get your own feedback. But what I'm showing you is not to impress you, to impress upon you what I do works, and the world leaders in recruitment have seen it firsthand, either for their clients or together. They've seen me work through this. So please listen and take notes. My clients are global. I'm not going to go through that too much now, but I write for all different companies and so forth, but global clients. And everything we do is say, I've made a name for myself by not doing woo-woo. I've made a name for myself by actually getting results, return on investment. We get you more candidates, more business. I'm not selling anything today, but I want you to really take it serious, what I'm going to show you. We have a podcast that goes out to 100,000 recruiters every week. We've got a book, which has been out and back in again. It's going out again, updated. Essentially, it's digital strategies to win new recruitment business in a digital age. How to win the battle for passive candidates, which is absolutely key in the next year. But ultimately, the reason why you're listening to me today, and the reason why lots of you actually trained with me before and you've come back again, is because we get results. And this is the key thing. We measure our results. So everything I'm going to show you today, you can measure metrics and brand growth. So the 4 key areas, and please type in the chat box if you want. In fact, please do. The 4 key areas that we work with, when we work with recruitment directors, whether it be HR directors, we want you to increase your new business inquiries. So that's actually businesses contacting you, making your life easier. So you're not picking up the phone, businesses are contacting you. And that sounds like the golden pot. It is, but I'm going to show you how to do that. The second thing we run metrics on are how many candidates actually come to our recruitment directors, to the agencies, and actually apply proactively. Now, the third area is about brand. It's about you becoming the market leader. So when we go in, when we take you, or when we show you in a minute what you need to be doing, I want your marketplace to sit up and take notice of your brand. I want you to be the leader in your micro niche or in your niche. Now, when you bring those top 3 together, your employer brand growth, it skyrockets, and you will attract by proxy the best recruiters, because you become the BMWs, the Sonys, the Apples of the recruitment industry. Now, anyone got anything else to add in there in terms of what I've missed? Thanks for that. Got a couple of on a mobile. What could be improved? Again, I can't ask you name because it's not come up with a name. Give me 5 seconds. No, gone quiet. Okay. So these are the 4 key areas I really want us to focus on. But one of the other areas I want to focus on for you now today, especially agency directors, I want you to leave here with a plan to actually create immediate cash flow in your business. So that's immediate cash flow in your business. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to give you a tool for this as well. I understand the screen might be sticking. Barely 1 second. Good old GoToWebinar. Just going to refresh the screen 1 second. There we go. Well, this here is Roy Ripper. Now, you can Google Roy now if you want, as you're speaking to me. Roy Ripper is one of the world leaders in recruitment. He goes around the world speaking on recruitment. Now, that's what Roy had to say about my impact on his business from the recruitment side of things in terms of cash flow. I never knew I could create cash on demand like this. You need to get Andy Whitehead in your business before your competitor does. So I'm going to show you strategies now how to actually get immediate cash flow in your business, which is something we miss in recruitment. We're all about getting the placements, which we should be, but you're also sitting on an extra $5, $10, $20, $30,000 a month, depending on the size of your database and so forth. But I'm going to show you that as well. Now, that day with Jim, the key thing that I got from Jim was the inbox he had inbound messages. So he had clients contacting him, he had candidates contacting him. Now, in recruitment, until that point, this has been unheard of, that candidates and clients are proactively coming to us. It's difficult for my clients to actually understand that, and it's something that was taking us a long time to create these systems. But the key thing is, it's about creating inbound leads. And that day, I looked over Jim's shoulder. I spent the next few hours, and what he showed me really did blow me away. But the key thing that we have all forgotten, and the key part now to understand, is the recruitment market has changed. Lead generation has changed. Getting your emails open to candidates has changed. Even emails is now difficult. Getting clients to return your calls, now how hard is that? It's becoming impossible. Cold calls are becoming less and less successful. It will always be part of our process, but the latest stat I read was 1 in 42. It's getting more and more difficult. Now, the reason why is, in recruitment, we're just seen as a commodity. That's all we're seen as, a commodity. Our clients see us as a commodity. Our candidates see us, to be blunt, a pain in the bum. They've, some of the candidates, when I run surveys with them, said we treat them like a piece of meat as an industry, and no wonder we're not getting the response we need. Can you relate to this? How difficult it is to be one of tens, dozens, hundreds of recruiters out there trying to get the same candidate, same client. Can you understand what I mean by commodity? Just type yes in the box so you can actually understand what I mean by that, because it's key that we start to change this mindset, because what I'm about to show you now is actually making you move from that position as a commodity and actually being a leader in your niche. And this is the key thing. You need authority status to candidates and existing and new clients right now. You need authority status right now. If you're not already positioned and perceived as the recruitment authority, then you're going to struggle to succeed. You create and you build an authority brand to attract the right candidates and clients. This is how the market's moving. You can enjoy the status as number one in your field. And the key thing that we find with our clients is you start to feel highly valued and treated with respect. You don't have to worry about where the latest placement's coming from and chasing down as much as it is when you're relying on just a handful of placements a year. And if you're internal, when you start to become the authority, you don't need to spend years and years climbing corporate ladders. You don't need to do it. You're going to be positioned as the leader. And you can become the number one in your recruitment field. And the key thing is, it's really simple to get passive candidates. It's really simple to get immediate cash flow. But you really need to be taking the mindset that I'm in this for the long haul. I'm in this for the long haul. I want to win this in the long game. And when you take that approach, you're going to start to see things happen. Most of us here did not choose to get into recruitment. That's what I find. Most of my clients in recruitment, we didn't choose it. I think Joseph Epstein once said, we didn't choose to be born, didn't choose to die, but in recruitment, we didn't choose to be here, but we're here now. And with the status of authority, you get respect, you get financial status. Candidates see you as someone they respect. And I truly believe, we've got more turbulence ahead in the economy. Every day people are losing their jobs. Big companies are closing down. And if you do nothing to protect yourself and your business, and you just quote, hope for the best, just hope that things work out fine, and by default, your own security, your family security, your business, we're going to be thrown around by chaotic markets, inflation. We now need to become the authority. This is absolutely key. And another thing, understand with the sound one second, it's going to refresh the sound. Most of my clients are they're under massive stress. 95% of recruiters I work with are under massive stress. They know they need to make things better, but they're overwhelmed. They work long hours. They're up very, very early, working late. But the problem is now, everyone works hard nowadays. Everyone works hard, and working hard is no longer the way. And so we need to start to change things. We need to start to change the way we're doing business. Making more cold calls isn't the answer. Shouting louder isn't the answer. Sending more of the same type of emails isn't the answer. My underlying premise is to help you prosper. And this is where I want you to become a supreme influencer. I want you to reposition yourself as number one in your market. I want to help you benefit from the changes in the economy and not get caught up in this uncertainty of fear. And there's more of it to come, I'm sure of it. I want you to get the position to get clients coming to you. Whether you're freelance or you're perm, whichever market is your market, clients will come to you when you are the leader. And I want candidates to come to you. But I want you to be really, really clear about something now. The harsh truth is that ultimately you are 1000% responsible for your own success. You really, really are. And in the real world of recruitment, it's tough. But you really can add 10, 20, 30, 100% in terms of your billing. You really, really can. And I've been flat. I was there that day when Jim came round. But he was really, really blunt with me and just said, have I been living under a rock? And that's what really, really just hit home. We live under a rock in recruitment. We're still in the dark ages. And that's where, my passion has been this for 16, 17 years now. But actual application in recruitment, it was just not happening. See where we are today is not too dissimilar if you think about it to where we were with the 18th century, the Industrial Revolution. When we went from machines, they took over the work of men, women, children, even animals. We're at the same point now. We're at the same point now, and it's all about leverage. The traditional methods of recruitment are starting to die. Attaining leads is now a lot simpler than telephones, blanket emails that you're not getting open, which you're paying for. There are literally hundreds of thousands of recruiters and candidates out there. And the problem is candidates and clients are now becoming desensitized to your message. However, when you're positioned as the number one authority, which I want you to be, and I'm going to take you through now, you'll have a newfound status with clients and candidates. It becomes a completely different game. I've worked with some of the world's leading brands. I mean, multi-billion-pound brands. I've been offered to get on a plane, fly out the next day to Canada to get me working straight away on a project. What I'm taking you through works. And many smaller recruitment businesses won't merely disrupt the big corporates. Those you on the call today, you will start to replace them. I've seen the inner workings of the big corporates, and I've seen the inner workings of the more able to move quickly, who can adapt, who can implement quickly. I truly believe these recruitment businesses are going to dominate. They're going to move. It's tough for the dinosaurs, but it's great for us. It's great for us, and it's great for you when you're the number one authority. The days of easy hires are gone. The days of taking your clients out for a drink to win business are gone. And taking the candidates to the pub to keep them happy, they're going. Ineffective ways, ineffective marketing are going. Outdated theories. And that's part of my passion. The passion you got in my voice is, I first went, you could say, public with the trainings we do, because I was so, to be blunt, peeved and really peeved off with what's happening with those in recruitment who were telling people how to grow their businesses. And they were showing them strategies which you could tell they'd never used. Get a Facebook page created. Why? Why are you doing that for? What traffic are you getting to it? How many hires are you getting from it? What are you actually going to do with it? You always start at the back end with a business objective, and that's what you should be doing in recruitment. But the advantages have all now gone that we used to have. There's only one certainty now for you to dominate your niche, and one certainty for your business to grow, and that is for you to become the dominant brand in recruitment. It's really that simple. When Ford bought Jaguar, the Ford accountants, get this, said 80% of the fee was likely due to the brand of Jaguar and not the real financial figures. 80% because of the brand. So the best, ROI that your recruitment authority brand can enjoy comes from, if you own an undisputed leadership as the recruitment authority. Candidates and clients alike, they're both going to have so much choice. Why they're going to choose you? It's based on emotion. It's not rational thought. It's about you becoming the leader. It's crucial that you have a strong recruitment brand, whether you're corporate, whether you're agency. And it's crucial you have lead generation processes. It's absolutely crucial now. Like Jim gave me a clear status on his clients. His clients were growing through inbound inquiries. That's businesses coming to them. Candidates coming to them. I couldn't believe it. To actually see it running like clockwork. And this is what now you need to be doing. The next 6 months, either are a key 6 months. I genuinely believe the next 6 to 12 months, we're going to see a big shift in recruitment. It's starting to happen now. That day with Jim, I put together over the following 6 months this mind map. And this is where it all started for me, going back years, in terms of actually creating the brand leadership for recruitment businesses. This was my first effort. But nowadays, I've got a more structured process I'm going to take you through now. And I haven't got time to go through everything. I want to take you through the key, what I believe and what you believe, I'm certain at the end of this, are the key structures in place. If you follow this, you'll become the dominant brand and you'll create inbound leads in your business. You're about to discover a step-by-step system. So please shut off all distractions, grab a pen and paper, grab a pen and paper, and nowhere else you're going to find this kind of no BS, straight to the point, getting your results, recruitment growth systems for free. This is what's going to drive your recruitment business or do it to failure. So let's grab a pen. Let's go through these now. I'm going to pick out some of the major pillars for growing your business in these times of digital. So pillar number 1. I want your marketplace to sit up and take notice. I want them to dominate. I want you to dominate your niche, not just be floating along in there doing quite well. I want you to dominate your niche. Absolutely dominate it. So to do that, we need to be doing a number of different things. And to do those things, bear with 1 second, you need to create a number of different strategies. But the 5 key pillars we're going to go through. Number 1, as I say, I want your marketplace to sit up and take notice of you. The pillar number 2, I want you to create personal interaction with the client decision makers and the B players. So a B player, and I don't mean this with disrespect, but it's a gatekeeper. So sometimes you want to get through to the decision maker at a business, not so much the corporate brands, but a business. It may be the internal recruiter, it may be the gatekeeper. But you need to create a personal interaction with the client decision maker and the B players. Pillar number 3, you need to increase candidates directly applying to you. It's key. It saves you resource, saves you time. Number 4, you need to automate the process for new candidates to come into the business. Your consultants haven't got time for this. They're salespeople. But you need to automate the process. I'm going to show you how to do this. Number 5, you need multiple income streams. If you add more income streams to your recruitment business, when you come to sell it, when you're looking for an exit strategy, you're going to add potentially millions to the price and value of your business by applying what I'm going to show you. Millions, absolute millions. I know this because myself and Roy Ripper have been creating a training with some leaders from those who actually sell recruitment businesses, brokers. So you need to add multiple income streams to your business. Then number 6, when you bring those 5 together, your employer brand growth will grow. Recruiters are going to want to come to you. So pillar number 1, you leverage other people to reach clients and candidates. You identify the A-list personalities. So what I'm saying here is this. What I want you to do is, I want you to dominate your niche. This is how you do it. You identify all the A-list personalities in your niche. Let's say you're in the motor recruitment trade. So you might want to contact famous drivers, you might want to contact designers of BMW and so forth. But those which are seen as leaders in the niche, you identify those with their own database and lists. So these are the people who've got their own following. They may have a Twitter following. You rank in order of influence. So those with the biggest database, those with the biggest following on Twitter. You create an event. It'd be a first for the sector. So you create an online event. So let's call it, let's say we work in the IT industry. You're going to create an event. Let's call it the IT IT banking online summit. You're going to bring together some of the world leaders in IT systems for banking. You're going to create an event, and at this event, you're going to have 10 speakers speaking at the event. It'll be an online event. It's 10 of the world's top speakers. So it'll be those who actually work in investment banks. It could be people from some of the Nomura, Japanese investment bank, but you pick the big Japanese banks, you pick the American banks, but you find the leaders in your niche. When you find the leaders in your niche, those people who are seen as almost celebrities in the niche, you then get them to speak at your event. So what happens is, if your recruitment company is ABC Recruiting in association with Nomura, Japanese investment bank, present, and if you've got 10 speakers, you've got 10 world leaders in your niche. So what you're going to do is you're going to create this event, and simply these 10 speakers are going to speak about their favorite topic. So they may have written a new book. So a great strategy is this: if you can't find these people, you find your niche, so whatever niche you're in recruitment, you find them on Amazon, and then you get them to speak at your event. Now, we've done this, and we've got absolutely astounding results, which I'll come to in a bit. Astounding results. I'm talking over 1,200 new candidates into a client's database within less than 8 weeks. So you create an event, and this event, it becomes a big event in your niche. It's something that someone hasn't done before. It can be a 10-hour online event, a 10-hour webinar event. But what you do is you create the event. Now, this is where it gets very, very clever. And this is where you suddenly go from being another recruitment business to now dominating your niche, absolutely dominating it. You get the A-list personalities to email their databases. You get them to email their social media followings. So what happens is this. Let's say you're in the SAP industry, so SAP being IT technology. If you've got 10 speakers from SAP, so say you've got 5 vice presidents from SAP, and say you've got 5 authors who've written books on SAP from Amazon, all bestsellers. They're speaking at your event. It's the first time the event's been held in this way. The event's been held on the 1st of February. For the 10 weeks before, every week the A-list will send out an email to their database, to their social media following, telling them, I'm speaking at this event, here's a free ticket. They go to the page. Now, who's going to be at the page? Your recruitment brand. Now, who have they emailed? SAP authors would have emailed their database. Who are their database? It's candidates who are SAP. They're SAP people. The very same people you want to get leverage with. They'll be clients as well. So suddenly you go from being just another recruitment business, you're now aligned with SAP and with the world's top writers and authors in SAP. And they're now saying, come to your event. On the front page, you have a video of yourself. I'm very keen about you becoming the brand. So whether it's yourself personally or your business, but you've got a video on the page. The 12 leaders from SAP endorsing you. Now, your recruitment sector industry is missing a face. I know this. I've researched this so much. Every recruitment sector is missing a personality to really dominate it. Really dominate it. Now, if you become the face of your niche, people do business with people. It's not coincidence that Pepsi have had Michael Jackson go back years and Usain Bolt and so forth. People do business with people. You need a face. I guarantee most of you, I look at your website, it'd be faceless. It'd be one of 100 websites. What's the difference? Why am I going to do business with you? Why am I going to give you my CV? I want you to become the face. But this is what you do. You distribute press releases to the mainstream news and industry papers. So you find a newsworthy topic. So say you're in the SAP industry. The latest news says that the economy is falling down. It's going through the lowest ebb for 4 years. You find a newsworthy topic, you relate it to your event. Now, we've got strategies whereby we can write a press release and it'll go out to 2,000 news agencies. Very quickly, you will be all over Google. Very quickly, you'll be asked potentially to be on the news. But we've done this in the past, one of our recruiters was actually asked to speak at the largest event for SAP in Europe. He's a recruitment director. He followed the steps that I'm laying out. He followed the steps out, and he's now seen as a leader in SAP, and he was asked to actually speak at SAP Sapphire, which is a leading event, to the very decision makers his team have been trying to get on the phone with, cold calling. So how powerful is this? How powerful? Now you publicize the event and you automate the lead generation process. So what's going to happen is when the emails go out from the A-list personality, suddenly, let's say there's 10 of them, they got a database of 10,000 each, they're all emailing their database, 10,000 each, saying you need to come to this event. In your niche, there could be, 20,000 candidates. I don't know how big your niche is. But those candidates have received the same message 5 times, or similar message saying you need to go to this event by ABC Recruiting. Suddenly that candidate is going to be, who is ABC Recruiting? The client are going to be, who's ABC Recruiting? Now what will happen is you'll get absolutely overflown with inbound inquiries from candidates and clients asking to attend the event. They will contact you. And we do something really cool as well. We show you how to set up a survey. So you can survey your candidates who want tickets to the event, and you can find out where they're working, how much they earn, who they've moved for, what are the drivers for moving, what they work in Sweden, etc., etc. So you get really powerful information. And you set it up and you automate it. So in the morning, your consultants come in, they log on, they've got a spreadsheet delivered to them with another 30 hot leads and people who signed up the night before. They pick up the phone, no cold calling, they're discussing tickets for the event. But then, of course, we get into the recruitment speak, and they start building rapport with the candidate, with the client, and suddenly you know what projects the candidate's got on. You know what projects the client's got on. Suddenly you know their requirements. Not a single cold call in sight. They're coming to you. It works like gangbusters. So that's pillar number 1. I've gone through this very quickly. But just to recap, pillar number 1 is about getting your brand out there very, very quickly, spending virtually nothing on marketing. It's leveraging other people's relationships, other people's databases. That's pretty powerful, huh? Just type in the box, you think that's powerful. Great stuff. Thanks for that, James. It absolutely works. We've got huge results with that. Now, pillar number 2. I want you to actually create one-to-one personal interaction with your client decision makers and B players. So what we're talking about here is I want you to actually, this is where I want you to have a mechanism which isn't cold calling. In the old days, what we do is we take our client out for a drink, wouldn't we? We take our candidate out for a drink. We haven't got the budgets for that anymore. We haven't got the time for that. It's a global economy now. Things have changed. So we need to find a way whereby we can give something personal to your decision maker. It makes them think, wow, this is who are these guys? This is different. This is what you can do. The same A-list personality, you get them to submit a chapter or images of their work, but to submit a chapter that you can then use. Then what you do is, so I'm screen stuck 1 second. Bear with me 1 second, everybody. There we go. Can we all see that okay? Wonderful. Okay, so they've actually given you the content. Now you create a book, which would be the era in design or whatever your niche is, but you create a book and you print 1,500 copies of the book. Now nowadays, you can get this outsourced for not a lot of money. We'll show you how to do this. You can get it self-published for literally a few dollars. So you print 1,500 copies of the book and you get them sent personally to the decision makers. Personally. So within there's a note from you. There's perhaps a note from the quote celebrity. It says, hey, whoever the decision maker is, I thought you'd appreciate a signed copy of the book from one of the speakers at the event. And within that book, it's got the 10 top celebrities from the niche, and you've got to give them a signed copy. So powerful. We created this strategy about 2 years ago for a boutique company in the city in London. They're in the financial markets, and They wanted to create a digital strategy. But when we looked at their business, it's a very small niche. And so we came up with this strategy. Can you imagine getting a book hand delivered to your desk with a personal note in it? How powerful is that compared to what happens? Cold call, email, cold call. Very, very powerful. They will call you back. So you make an Amazon book, and what we recommend you do is you target it to be bestseller, and you can do that fairly easily. Now this is where it gets very powerful. When individuals, so candidates, when clients, they search on Google for you, the celebrities from your niche, the book's going to come up. And who owns the book? You do. Your brand has now gone global. It's gone viral. Individuals from around the world are going to be looking for those speakers for the next 5, 10, 15 years, and your book is going to keep coming up in the results with a link to your website and so forth. Very, very powerful. You link links in there, very powerful SEO. Very, very powerful. And what takes it even further is, get this, the book will be on the individual sites of the A-list people. It'll be discussed in forums. And what you can also do is give a 7-day free download. So you can give it away to your candidates. You can give it away to your clients as a download. But you print off hard copies for those the A decision makers, the companies you want to get into business with. And then I recommend you do a press release. And we show you how to do this. And then it drives your SEO. What's also cool is we're very big into leverage. So once you've got this content, you can then use that content for the next year, and you could give out a chapter a month to your database, to LinkedIn, to bring on new candidates. But you automate the process. I'm going to take you through how to do that in a second. But you automate the process of candidate engagement. So the second one there was, that's how you create a direct one-to-one personal interaction with client decision makers. If you can imagine you did this, you identified your top 500 decision makers you want to do business with, and you did this, do you think 10% will come back to you? Do you think 20, 30% more likely will come back to you? Absolutely. More than that. And you're not making one single cold call, and they're going to be picking up the phone to you. They're going to want to know, how do you know all these rock stars of the niche? Very, very powerful. Pillar number 3, I want to increase candidates applying directly to you. So it's inbound applications. So that's candidates actually coming to you and just submitting their CV and their details. Now the first thing is content. A piece of content that epitomizes the brand as the leader of the industry. So this, for example, an interview series. So what I'm saying you do is, here you have content that you distribute to your network I recommend it once a week at least. And you might be thinking, that's spammy. It's spam if you give them, and I'll be blunt with this, crap. People want great content. If you give them great content that gets them results, they're happy. If you give them junk, they're not happy. So you give them content that's going to be of use to them. So another way here to get into a decision maker, you want to speak to a decision maker in a company, a big company, and they're not picking up the phone. You say to them, listen, we've got this interview series we do with market leaders, world leaders in our niche. I'd like to interview you about your thoughts on ABC. These guys have got an ego. They love to have the ego stroke. They're going to do it. But what also will do, number 1, you'll get into the company. You'll get a foot in the door. But number 2, you're going to create content for free, again, with market leaders. Then you give that content away to candidates. Then when you give it away to candidates, what you do is you give them an incentive. You get this free podcast series. And it sounds like a lot of work, this. It's not. It's very simple. I'm going to show you. But you show them, they get this series by completing the survey. They complete the survey, and we've done this time and time again. And you get out to find out what details you need for the candidate, which makes your consultant's life a lot easier. What are the candidate requirements? You do the same with clients. What the client needs. Very powerful. You find out what new projects they've got. Sales. Most recruiters I know send out sales piece, sales piece, sales piece, sales piece, sales piece. And then they send out job, job, job. And it's just, we get desensitized to it. What you should do is content, engagement, and sales. What I recommend you do is this. You have 2 separate sales pieces, one for client, one for candidate. But this is what you do. Your sales piece should be a case study on what you did last month. So if you place 5 candidates, you make a case study out of it and you send that to your clients, but you make it a story. Same with candidates. You don't just send them job, job, job. They're going to delete you and put you in the junk. So you need to go through these steps first. And this I'm going to show you how you can have content written for you. So you don't have to even pick up your laptop and type these. It's all done for you. Now, but as I said at the beginning, my premise for you is that you create and build an authority brand. You really become the master of your business and not the servant. And the key thing is you start to magnetically attract the right prospects, the right customers, the ideal clients. Those of greatest value, those who make you more money. The thing is, search engines absolutely love high quality content. They love it. And when you follow these steps, you'll create inbound leads from both candidates and clients. Now, these principles are so successful. I've seen recruitment owners go from virtually no business coming in, everything being outbound and being tough, to being thriving experts in their niche. Very, very powerful. Just double checking. Can everyone see my screen okay with the pillar 3 at the top of it? Just type yes in the box. Great, buddy. Thank you for that. Just make sure we haven't got any problems. As I say, these strategies are so powerful. Now, it's Jim that taught me, lead generation is about creating the right bait to attract the right candidate and to attract the right client. I'll give you the ideal bait very, very shortly in regards to passive candidates. But it really is a process of you becoming the authority. Now here, I want you to automate the process, show you how to automate the process. So this is all done for you on autopilot. I think what I'll do actually is bring up a session where I can just draw on my screen. But what you need to do, on your website, you need to have a place where candidates can submit their details. So whether it be just an email, whether it be their CV, and the same for clients. I'm sure you've all got that. But it needs to be a very clear call to action. There needs to be an incentive. Then what you need is content. So we've discussed already this content. But within that content, you should have referrals in there. You should have in there surveys in there. You should have incentives for candidates to give you referrals. You should have incentives then to give you their current status. But we don't do it. We're missing out. We're literally missing out on tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars of placements every year. But what I want you to do is set up a system, and I can give you these and what to use. But it's as simple as this. What I want to happen is on your website, I want there to be a call to action to submit their details, whether it be just an email, or whether you ask them to submit the CV. But this is your website. And this is what I want to happen. The candidate's going to submit their details. It then goes into what we call an autoresponder. And it goes into what we call an autoresponder sequence. And this is what it does. It's going to save you literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours, and it's going to bring in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars when set up. But it's very simple. What it does is this. Candidate submits his details or his email on day one. So come in at day one. On day one, they're sent a message, a pre-written message. Then what we've got scheduled, they've now gone to our sequence on day 3. So on day 1, we might say, thanks for submitting your details. I'd like to give you this really funky video. It's a training video on using LinkedIn. I think it really helped you set up your LinkedIn profile. It retails at $200, but we want to give it to you for free as an appreciation for joining our recruitment family. We're here to help you. By the way, my name's Steve. You can contact me at so-and-so. So that's the first one. So they think you're cool. You're giving them something of value. Day 3. Hey, do you enjoy the LinkedIn training? Have you got your profile to rank number 1 on LinkedIn? If you do, you'll find that we'll find it easier to place you. If you're struggling with that, let me know. and you can contact me at this contact number, and the candidates will start contacting you. Then what you'd also have in there, maybe in email 2, which is day 3, you might say, have you got any friends who'd benefit from this free LinkedIn training? Any friends in the same industry who'd benefit from their profile being number 1? Or any friends out who are looking to grow their career? So that's all pre-written in email 3. Email 7, you may say, hi Steve, you've been with us for 1 week now. I just want to just make sure I'm servicing you correctly, giving you everything you need. If you let me know what with the following details, I'll see how I can help you. And you might give them a survey. You say, P.S. filling out the survey, I'm going to give you this free training on how to interview successfully. Here you go, Steve. By the way, my contact details. So that's day 7. Then goes on to day 11 and so forth. But what happens is you can set this up literally for 30 days, 90 days. You can set it up for 1 year. But what happens is when you add referrals and an incentive in here, so you always give an incentive, but you can add referrals in here and you can add it in, so it could be once every 2 months they're asked. Their current situation, so they fill out a survey. You give them some training for free. We tell them about a webinar. So basically you buy the coolness. But what you're doing is you're always going back to them and saying you're the leading brand. You're always going back to them. And this becomes very powerful when you bring this all together and you create this process and you do it once. And I can show you how you can have content written for you so you don't have to write anything. You can have all of your content written and automated. So it looks like you're emailing them 3-4 times a week, as often as you want. It could be once a week. But you're getting referrals out of the process. You're getting their current status out of the process. You're giving them free training. You may also want to monetize your database and create cash flow, which I'm going to show you how to do in a minute. And this is all done on autopilot. It's all done on autopilot. So you can focus on getting sales and not chasing the things you know you need to do, but we just don't get around to. And that's what you want to be doing. Focus on the sales and have these automated processes set up. And when they're set up, you'll find you get referrals automatically. You'll find you get told the current situation automatically. It's very, very powerful, and it's done. Once it's set up, it's done. And that's what I want you to be looking at. So that's called an autoresponder sequence. So you set that up, and then you can focus on your true business, which is bringing in the sales. And this is going to start to create inbound leads for you. It's going to start to give you referrals. It's going to make your life easier, but it will bring in a lot of placements for you. A lot. Very powerful. So I'm just conscious of time. So number 4, you automate the process. Just going to make sure you can see my screen. Sometimes we get stuck. Just type yes in the box if you can see my screen. Pillar number 4. Great, thanks guys. Pillar number 5. Right then, I'm going to speed up now. This is how you can add millions to the actual bottom line of your business. So when you sell your business, it's how you can add literally 10, 20, 30, 40,000. It's completely up to you per month, per year in cash flow to your business. Now these are passive income figures. Let's say you've got a database and LinkedIn network of 10,000, which isn't particularly large, but say you've got 10,000. Let's say you've got a product you can sell for $47. Let's say 2% conversion. So you sell 200 copies for $47. That's $9,400. So all you need is a product you can sell for $47. The product needs to be related to the candidate database. That's 10,000 for a 2% conversion. Let's say you sell it for $97 Again, a 2% conversion. That's 19,000. 19,000. All you need is a LinkedIn network, a candidate database. If you've got contacts, you've got ATS system. Great, you can do it speaking on the phone. Each time you speak to a candidate, if they, for example, I'll show you something about LinkedIn in a minute, but you could do this. You could give them a LinkedIn training. You could say it retails for $200 as a value client on our database. Let's offer it for $97. If your consultants did that and sold 5 a day, each consultant's bought in $500 a day extra. But the candidates actually win as well, because they need a LinkedIn profile to be improved to help them get placed. It makes your job easier. The training retails for $297. You can tell them you've bought it for them, but you just need to cover costs, which is $97 and so forth. It's actually valued at $297. On the right hand side, you can see if you get really good at this and you start to really focus on this, you get a 5% conversion. The figures skyrocket. Very, very powerful. You should be monetizing your database. The key thing is to find a product that A, your candidates need, B, it enhances their career, and C, it's a sellable proposition. It's an ethical product that's genuinely going to help them. You don't sell them rubbish. It needs to be something very, very strong, but will benefit their career. So look at this. Would you agree with the following? Your candidates are either on LinkedIn or they should be on LinkedIn, yes? Yeah, thank you. Your candidates' profiles are poor at best, I think we all agree. And candidates' profiles do not match the content of their CVs. Would you agree with that? Wow, the chat box has gone crazy. Absolutely. The thing is, Microsoft gave us a clue. They ran a survey a couple of years ago. They said that the LinkedIn profile of our candidates is used 3 times in the process. We, the recruiter, view it, the line manager uses it, and the senior internal manager uses it. So your candidates are making it more difficult for themselves to get hired and making your job harder to sell them. So sometimes when candidates, they drop out of the process and we don't know why, we get nothing, we get a cold shoulder. According to Microsoft, it's a very, very high chance it's because of the LinkedIn profile. Now, I actually created a system on this that shows candidates how to improve their profile. And we gave this away to recruiters, and they could sell it to their candidates. So they actually took this system and like you, they sold it to their candidates. Some gave it away for free, so it gave them instant positioning. And what we also did, which is really, really cool, we gave it away white label. Rather, we sold it white label, but so you as your own brand, you could brand it as your own. So this training, it showed candidates how to position themselves on LinkedIn and really take advantage of LinkedIn. And it sold out via Timeout in the States. It consisted of 2 45-minute webinars. So it's easier for you to place your candidates, 2 training webinars for the candidates. It's 2 45-minute audio MP3s. It had a workbook, have full resale rights, white label resale rights, and rebranding rights. So you as the recruiter, you can rebrand it. So it gave you instant positioning, it gave you an income stream, and it also made your job easier to place them. It was a win-win-win. So there are ways you can monetize your database. If you had your own LinkedIn training, for candidates, and it walked them through step by step. If you imagine you had this, imagine it's a digital product consisting of training videos, so it was uploaded to a website. You didn't have to send out DVDs or anything. Imagine you hosted it on your website, so each day you're getting traffic coming back to your website. Very, very powerful. So this is what we recommend. You actually host it on your website and you get traffic coming back to your website every single day. And the training is branded under your name. So it's ABC Recruiting, Present the Candidate, LinkedIn, whatever you want to call it. But here's the thing. LinkedIn did a survey and said that if you give away this sort of training on LinkedIn first, so you give it away to your network first, and then you send an email, you'll double your response rate. You'll double your response rate. So we recommend you do this on LinkedIn. You will double your response rate. And if you get one placement, it's worth it, isn't it? Very powerful. And again, look at these figures. So if you've got a LinkedIn network, if you've got a candidate database, if you've got an ATS, you should be monetizing it and you should be growing your brand at the same time. That afternoon when I sat with Jim, he asked me a question that just changed the way I look at working with clients now forever. And it was this. What is the lifetime value of your clients' candidates? So I'm asking you, what's the lifetime value of each of your candidates? And this is when you break it down, this is what we're looking at. One of your candidates, you've placed them 4 times, let's say, in 20 years, so £25,000 per placement, 4 placements, that's $100,000 of fees. So if you can get that brand authority now, and they stay with you, one candidate can be worth $100,000 or whatever your placement fees are. It's so important that we get this brand authority. But you can get them to get on board straight away. Give away something for free, like the training, for example. Give something, get them to acknowledge your brand. Other results. Well, just quickly, that's the 5 pillars I wanted to go through and just give you some instant mindset and implementationable things you can do straight away in your business. But these are things you can also do. In 8 weeks, we got 1,246 new candidates, one of our clients, with hundreds of referrals, endorsements, and clients requesting to know more about our client. And that was using the strategy, that first strategy with brand. This works. We've got 100,000, that should be euros, of new business in 12 weeks using just one of our LinkedIn strategies. This is what I think a lot of you would really benefit from as well. I really do think this. If you authored your own book, but this is what you can do. We can show you how you can have a book authored by you, but you don't write a single word. And we're not talking about paying a copywriter thousands of dollars. We're talking about probably about $500, $250, depending on the writer. We don't do this ourselves, but we've built relationships and we use different suppliers over the years. But you should be doing this. You can go and find your own authors, but this will give you instant positioning. You need to create automated systems to communicate with candidates and clients. You need to create inbound leads. This is key. When you create inbound leads, your consultants will be so much happier in the office. It'll be such a better working environment when they've got incoming leads. Now, this is going to change your business completely. Number 6, if you have sector authorities and celebrities endorse your brand, so powerful. The entire community will be talking about you. They'll be talking about you and your brand. Honestly, your office will be buzzing. And of course, I just mentioned about monetizing your database. Very, very powerful. Very powerful. And if you either create your own white label products or buy white label products, either sell or give them away, you're going to get that positioning. You're going to get a very quick start with your candidates. It's absolutely, those key elements, bring them together, you will become the niche leader. You will. So, did everybody enjoy what I've been speaking about this evening? Let me know in the chat box. I'll just grab my drink 1 second. Let me know what you enjoy most. Thank you for that. Fantastic advice. Awesome. Well, chat box is on fire. So look, we'll get into a Q&A in a second. Here's the thing. Obviously I went through, the hardship myself, and I tried originally to do this alone. But what I've noticed is the most successful people, who are obviously my clients, are someone to get them through the barriers even quicker. So if I don't offer you this now, I'll be doing a bit of a disservice for myself, for you, for everybody. This is not going to be for everybody. It's only for those who are serious, who want to take their business to the next level. I'm not going to sell anything here. I'm going to do something special. In fact, let me ask you a question. Would you like me to personally coach you to become the leader in your recruitment niche? Just let me know in the chat box. Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, if I didn't tell you about this, so I would be doing you a disservice. Here's the thing I'm going to do. I'm looking for a small group of people who I can help and work on a personal basis. Just on a personal, very intimate basis to really, really grow your business. But first of all, this isn't for everybody. It's only for those who really want to take their business to the next level, whether you're internal, whether you're agency. But it's about taking your business and your recruiting to the next level. It's not for excuse makers, people who want to waste time. This is about getting results. So those who want to take their recruiting to the next level and grow their business, you can create more income streams. You really can do this. If you want to take it to the next level, this is what we'll do. I'll ask you to fill out an application form. and we'll see. And when I've got the application form, we'll see if we're a good fit, and then we'll speak on the phone. Let me be clear about this. If I think at the end of it, I think if we're a good fit, I'll tell you about the program. I'll tell you about how we can work together, the price and so forth. But obviously, it's very, very limited. It's a first come, first serve, very intimate. It isn't free, so you need to be able to invest in yourself. Some of the people are asking for the price, for the content. I say it isn't going to be free. I only want to take people who want to invest in themselves and their businesses, to really take it to the next level. But if you fill out the application form, what I'll do is I'll look at the applications, and then we'll arrange a call, and we'll get onto a call, and we'll see how we get on. And if I feel we're a good fit, if I feel we can really catapult and skyrocket your business, and I'll tell you about the program. So if you go to tidy URL, in fact, I'll put it in the box, .com authority. You take just 2 minutes to let me know if you've all got that okay. You type yes in the box if you've got that okay. Wonderful. You fill out the application form, and what I'll do is let me know what your local time is, where you are locally, and we'll arrange to speak on the phone. As I say, if I think we're a good fit, if I think we can really transform your business and really get you to be the niche leader and to become that authority, and then I'll tell you a bit more about the program. But some of the things we'll be covering, we're going to be covering some of the elements we've covered tonight about automating your business, about how to bring in inbound leads into your business. I want you to be coming into work in the morning, into your office, and actually have inbound leads from candidates, from clients. I genuinely want you to be the niche leader, and that's part of my passion for this. And driving that forward and bringing recruiters from each of their relevant niches and their sectors and making you the dominant leader is my passion, and that's what we're going to do. So if I feel we're a good fit on the phone, I'll tell you a bit more about the detail and so forth. I know if some of you have asked, one of you asked about the size of teams you can have. Well, this is what we'll do. If you get on the call, if you give me your situation, I'll speak about what you're looking for, your objectives, the size of your team. Absolutely, it makes no difference in terms of your team is 1 or 100. The outcome is the same. I want you to be the niche leader. That's the key thing here. I want you to be dominating your niche, because recruitment's changing, times are changing, and it's now about you becoming the leader, as I've mentioned before. So if you fill out that form, you're right, Steve. There are a fair few questions on there, but it should only take you literally 2 or 3 minutes. Just let me know. Let me know any questions on there, and what we'll do is I'll arrange to speak to you probably tomorrow or maybe tonight. If you let me know the best time for yourself, and we'll get straight onto a call, and we'll see if we're a good fit. And to say, what we'll do is we'll then move forward. Thanks for that. Thanks, James. Thanks, Claire. Yeah, of course, Steve. 1 second. I'll put it in with the HTTP, Steve. Here you go. That should work, Steve. Let me know if you got that. Fabulous. Well, I'm conscious of time. I want to be respectful, and it's just gone the hour. Has anybody got any questions on anything I've not covered so far, or anything we can't cover on the one-to-one? Let me know, because I want to be respectful. We've got senior members on the call tonight, and I want to be off on time. Yeah, absolutely, Rachel. If you give your details on the form, that'll go through to Louise, and then I'll check out the forms. I plan to do them the next hour or two. Wonderful, Robin. Thank you. Great stuff. Well, with that said, everybody, so I want to be respectful of your time. If there's any last dying questions, now is your time, or forever hold your peace. Thanks for that, James. Appreciate it. Wonderful. Okay, guys, thanks very much for your time. Hopefully you got a lot out of that. It's all about becoming the niche leader, becoming the authority. With that said, everybody take care. Once again, it's tidyurl.com/authority. tidyurl.com/authority. I will look forward to getting your applications, and I'll speak to you very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.